Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I have a super cool deck profile to show you guys. This is Inteleon VMAX. Last season it was pretty unfortunate as it was weak to Pikachu and Zekrom, but now after rotation, Pikachu and Zekrom gets a significant deal worse, so Inteleon VMAX can really be played to its fullest. It's a super powerful VMAX Pokemon that came from Robo Clash that can do energy denial and sniping and deal a decent amount of damage. We can pair it with Frosmoth to put energy onto our benched Pokemon, or our benched water Pokemon. It's a pretty straightforward energy denial list. We have Yell Grunts and Crushing Hammer in addition to Hydro Snipe to do damage. We have Keldeo-GX to help deal with Eternatus with its GX attack by one-shotting it because they'll have 7 or 8 Pokemon on their bench. We have Jirachi as our engine, along with Marnie's and Researches. We have Mind Report Mewtwo in the deck as well. Got Wondrous Labyrinth as our only stadium here. I think it's a super powerful deck and can totally do well in this metagame. Before we get started with the games, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel. It really does help us out more than you realize. And you can also check out our Twitch, Discord, everything should be in the description. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into some games. Of course, you guys have already noticed that I now have a face cam. I've been working with OBS to try and work some new stuff in for the channel. So we are gonna call the coin flip. We do lose it. We like going first with the deck, but going second is okay as well, just because we're able to play a supporter, and it's more likely that we'll be able to get turn 2 Frosmoth and Inteleon with 3 energy on it. Though it really does depend on the matchup. So we start Snom, which isn't amazing. We may just have to use Professor's Researcher Marnie right off the bat, which really isn't what we like to see. So it looks like we are going to be up against a decidueye deck, which is a little bit unfortunate. There are cards we can certainly play that make this matchup a good deal more favorable. So it is now our turn. The Quick Ball Find there is pretty good. I am actually going to go ahead and opt for Jirachi, just so I can scoop up my active Pokemon, then play Marnie, hope to brick them, or at least delay their decidueye for another turn. Because if they get decidueye, we can be in some serious trouble. We do find Quick Ball, which is pretty big. We can discard our other Snom. Wondrous Labyrinth can also be pretty big. I think if they just set up a decidueye, it's very difficult for us to win the game. So on our next turn, we're probably going to just want to find Professor's Research or something. Another thing we can potentially do is just try and control them and eventually, like, mill them out by just denying their energy every turn, because they probably can't really ever accelerate energy. So they do find Drizzle. And so they'll probably be able to get a decidueye this turn, which is definitely kind of scary. They go for a Bird Keeper. Interesting. Oh, so they're probably going to try and take out our Snom. I'm not sure if I really like that line of play, but we can always just take a KO with like Hydro Snipe or something. That's actually a really interesting line of play. Actually, that's really scary because now we won't have access to Frosmoth this game. So discarding the Rowlet may have been, discarding the Snom may have been a little bit of a misplay, but I feel like there's not too much else we could have done. I guess we kind of just have to team Yell Grunt. Put that energy back in their hand, attach. Switch. I guess we will go ahead and... Do you want to put this Wondrous Labyrinth down? I don't think it's really worth it as of right now. Because letting them get an attack off isn't the worst thing that could happen. I'm not really sure what our outs are here. We don't really have too much we can do. Force them to discard another card from their hand. Maybe that disrupts them a little bit. Looks like they are just able to discard a Drizzle, though. They do find another Rowlet. But now it's really up to whether or not they can set up a decidueye. Because if they can't do it, then they're in a lot of trouble. Because all we need is energy for a knockout. They may be going in for Crobat or something similar. Yeah, they are going to be going for Crobat V. But now if they bench Crobat and then one more Pokemon, we can actually just take out every other Pokemon on their board. Just ideally try and boss around. There's Quick Ball. So if they bench another Pokemon, they could actually just lose the game here. I assume they're playing Scoop Up Net. So there's Professor's Research. Maybe they just won't find a... No, maybe they just won't find what they're looking for. No, yeah, there's decidueye, and then they probably have either Inteleon or Rare Candy available to them. Yeah. Okay, so there's Rare Candy, but maybe they just either don't run Scoop Up Net or don't have access to Scoop Up Net immediately. Frosmoth is a pretty dead pickup. We'll knock out that Rowlet just because I feel like it is definitely a threat here. We do pick up a Switch, which is okay. We do have to get something else going, though. There's Quick Ball, which is okay. We will go with the Dedenne-GX. Yeah, they already have a couple energies on that decidueye, so that's not really worth going for here. I'm gonna try and set up something else. Alright, so we're really just doing the best here that we can. We just have to hope that they do not draw into Scoop Up Net. Because if they draw into Scoop Up Net, we will probably lose the game. I mean, maybe they just don't run it. Because we haven't seen them play any yet. They clearly play, like, heavy on draw supporters and, like, evolution Pokemon. Because they have Inteleon. They're running at least 3 Drizzle. Which makes me think they probably play a really big Inteleon line and maybe no Scoop Up Net. Oh, never mind. I guess they do run Scoop Up Net. Okay. I guess you can just disregard everything I just said. Okay. And that probably does lose us the game here. They are gonna Marnie us, so yeah, they're probably not benching anything else. So we probably will just lose here. I don't think we have any way to get around this. I believe there is a Suicune we could be playing. Yeah, I think we can't win this game anymore. So Decidueye, I guess, is just a pretty unfortunate matchup. There's, I believe there is a Suicune from the new set that does 130 damage, plus a Zigzagoon that we can play. So we lose the first game, but I think it's, that's just definitely one of the matchups we cannot win very easily. So we do get to go first this game. We have a mulligan, which is fine. Starting Dedenne here is pretty bad. Although we do have a Marnie and then a Quick Ball. So we can do some stuff here. So Alolan GX, that's pretty interesting. I think I like keeping the research over anything else. I have to grab Inteleon V, unfortunately. Or not as much unfortunately, but more just, it's not amazing that we can't find Snom this turn. Buff padding, so maybe they're just playing like a Muck and Alolan Muck tank deck. It's pretty interesting. We got Energy Denial variant, that's pretty interesting. Okay. Not really sure what the best course of play here is, though. I guess we just go with the Hydro Snipe. Nasty Goomix. Paralyzed and poisoned. That can be pretty sketch. So this is going to be a Welder variant. So I don't think they can attack unless they use Nasty Goomix. In DDV. So I guess this is probably just like a tank healing deck. Which probably isn't amazing, but I guess eventually we kind of just deal with all their energy. Ooh, that's a pretty good find. We can go get Frosmoth. I kind of just like Hydro Sniping and Yell Grunting here. We will put the Psychic back, I guess, and then, or I mean, if both energy are going back into their hand, then it's not really a huge deal regardless, but we'll go ahead and Hydro Snipe, just deal a little bit more damage. So now we force them to have another Welder to be able to attack. Giant Hearth gonna come down, gonna be pretty good for them. We're probably gonna want to find Wondrous Lab at some point. Okay, so they do get the severe poison off, so we will take our 80 damage. Now we probably want to try and start going for, like, slightly more aggressive Hydro Snipes. I do have to just go for Jirachi, switch into it, and, like, hope we find a Professor's Research or something. But healing off that poison is definitely super important. Marnie is a good find here. We're going to want energy and a switch out. That is not energy and a switch out, so we do have Professor's Research in discard, but I think Marnie's going to do the job just as well. Grab another one of these guys, and then next turn we may just Mewtwo something on top of the deck. But I think for now we can just chill. We're okay if our Jirachi gets KO'd. They do get a little bit more healing in while we don't apply pressure. But yeah. Something like Baby plus Alolan would be really good against this deck. But, interesting that they chose not to use Watch Over first. It's super important that we continually are able to heal off poison, because that's going to be annoying. Horror Energy can stack up extra damage as well. 2 in DDV. Yeah, so it's going to be really difficult for us to continually take knockouts here. So they just heal up all the damage we've been doing. Oh wow, and they get the boss into Inteleon. They go for the GX attack. Jeez. That's gonna be pretty potent. That's not a switch. So this is not looking too good, actually. Guess you just go Wondrous Lab and hope they don't have access to energy. If we do get knocked out going into their turn as well. So they're just going to go down to 2 prizes, and I really don't think we can win at this point, because they're going to go right back down to nothing on them. And I really don't know what we can do here. Like, unless we somehow pulled, like, something absolutely ridiculous off, we need to find, like, Professor's research into everything we need. Mind Report Mewtwo, gonna bring a boss's orders back on top of the deck. And Severe Poison, gonna be able to take us out. Alright, cool. There is a Professor's research there, so that's okay. Okay, so we do find everything we need for an attack this turn. We have some okay cards. Oh, actually, no, we need 1 more energy. Not even sure that we can get that. We just have to go for a Hydro Smite here. Our own stadium is messing us up a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately they can just reattach it, and I really don't think we can win anymore at this point. Yeah, I think having that Wondrous Labyrinth in play really did mess us up. And they're just gonna be able to start using that too? Jeez. So they can do 120 and heal 100? Wow. Okay. So we do finally get a max bullet off. Capacious Bucket is pretty worthless here. Yeah, and then they get to do some more healing. And DDV is also kind of scary because with an attachment and Weller, they can just do some crazy stuff. Okay. So we do find boss's orders, but I'm not really sure what we can do here that even does anything for us. Yeah, I don't know, because we don't have any way to get cards back in our deck. Yeah, I think we just lose. Yeah, I guess I'll try and go ahead and play one more game, just to see how it goes. I think that game just went very poorly, just all the special conditions and stuff are super overwhelming. So we're doing the coin flip, we get to go first. So we got Quick Ball, we have a Pokecom, if we draw into something else, we have a Supporter, we have some Energy. Okay, so we are going to be up against this Toxicity Mill deck. It's always a pretty interesting deck to play against. See what kind of stuff we're able to get going here. just gotta pass. So we'll see how explosive of a turn they're able to get, see what kind of Pokemon they're able to find. Oh, okay, so they just have to pass, which is cool with me. Now, we probably didn't need to play that Capacious Bucket. Actually, we certainly didn't. Because now we're in a little bit of a situation here. Okay, we probably messed that up a little bit. Cool, so we do get to, like, I mean, we are missing energy still. I think just in general, Frosmoth is a little bit more important to have out. I mean, what do we need here? I think just in general, Inteleon's going to be a little bit better. Go ahead and Hydro Snipe. There's going to be an Alolan Muck. See what that finds them. Oh wow, they had 4 item cards. That's pretty sketch. Or Choreo with Dance of Tribute going to come down. That's interesting. Their hand size is looking pretty low, though. So maybe they just... Oh, never mind, they got research. Jeez. Scoop Up Net probably picking up that Alolan Muck. Gonna find the Risk Taker Toxicity. Oof, they are going to mill 5 of their own cards, though. That's pretty nice. We could put Wondrous Lab down, but I feel like that might be better near the end of the game once they've exhausted a lot of their resources. Maybe we just Hydro Snipe and chill. Because we definitely don't want to draw too many cards. Hitting 60 to the bench would have been good there, but I don't feel like it's important enough to Professor's research for it against a mill deck. Yeah, so they do find another Alolan Muck to potentially mill some more cards. Oh, they don't find any item cards. Interesting. Primate Wisdom. They do find another Toxicity, though. Scoop Up Net gonna get them another Alolan Muck. With 2 Grimer down, that's a pretty good combo, and they do just get their 4 items again. A lot of our resources do get exhausted here. Glimwood Tangle gonna come down as well, so they're probably gonna be able to get a Risk Taker off into our own deck. This time, Pokecomming and an Alolan Muck to find them another Toxel, which is pretty important. But if we are able to find something crazy that just prevents them from having Toxicity, then that would be great as well. Probably going to be able to get some stuff back into their deck. The bench sniping can really mess with their strategy, though, so they do flip heads, so they are going to be able to discard some of our cards. They do get a bunch of energy there, which isn't amazing, but we do find an energy of our own. Do knock them out and take another prize card. So next turn we're probably just going to try and boss, or maybe we don't even boss, but we kind of just... no. I mean, next turn we can go for Wondrous Labyrinth. But they probably pay a very high count of Glimwood Tangle. Okay. Cool. Maybe we could potentially try avoiding KOing the Toxicity. We do get Marnie though. So we lose the boss's orders. We don't find anything crazy here. Scoop Up Net picking up their Alolan Muck so they can use it again. They do just hit a Crushing Hammer, which isn't huge at all. Doesn't really benefit them, but also isn't terrible, I guess. They are able to use Pokemon Communication to get Grimer into their deck. There's another 5 cards out of our deck. Well, we gotta find... That's not something we needed, but... Pop this energy... Well, I guess our Wondrous Lab is gone, right? So... We just have to max bullet into this Oricorio, but now really the pressure is on our opponent. They mill 2 of our cards, but... Now... That Oricorio is within max bullet range. Get Marnied again. That potentially gets us boss's orders, though. Yeah, there's boss's orders, so I don't see a super reasonable way that they win this game anymore. They need to get super lucky with their Alolan Mucks this turn. Or they're really only getting 1. Yeah, they just have to Risk Taker. And there's 5 cards. Well played. That's going to be the game. Are able to KO their Oricorio. Yeah, we were super close to winning the game. Or they were super close to milling us out there. If we did not win the game that turn, they probably would have won. It was only the bench sniping that got us the W there. If we did not have that, they almost certainly would have been able to win the game. I think that's going to about do it for this video. I really enjoyed this deck, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching me play it. I know we didn't get as many wins as I thought we could have, but we ran into some fringe decks. Decidueye is probably a bad matchup, but we are able to use this Suicune with Aura Loop to play against Decidueye if we really find it as a big problem for the deck. But aside from that, I think this list is super good. We have answers to Centiskorch, we have answers to Eternatus. We do pretty well against, basically, we do well against Mad Party. We can definitely beat Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia. Variants, I think we can beat Spiritomb. I think the only things we have trouble with currently are Decidueye, which can be teched for, and then understandably Vikavolt V is going to be a bad matchup. But I think that's going to about do it for this video. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, check out the links in the description. I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and I will see you next time.